Oh, good. I guess we're back. Our next guest scored an incredible 101 points in the first half of last week's game against South Torrance from Inglewood Morningside High School. Please welcome Lisa Leslie. Lisa, come on out here. You've had a busy day. I saw you on television early this morning in New York, and then you flew out here. You enjoying celebrityhood?
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, good. For those who don't know, as briefly as you can, kind of tell the story of the game.
Well, we played Wednesday night at Morningside High, and every year our captain senior goes for a record. So the first year, Shonda Green, she scored 61 points against El Segundo, and the second year, which was last year, JoJo Witherspoon scored 68 points against South Torrance.
So it's your turn now to try to go for a record.
Right, I'm a captain of Morningside High School's girls basketball team, and this was my year to go for the record, which was 68 points is our school record. My coach felt that he thinks that I can go for Cheryl Miller's record, which is 105 points. So I wasn't too sure about that. I didn't know what I could do. So I figured, well, I can try. Maybe.
Now your teammates were giving the ball to you at every opportunity.
Every opportunity.
Even as I understand on free throws, when they were fouled, they would merely bounce the ball off the backboard.
Yeah, they would intentionally miss because they didn't want to put their points on the board. They just wanted me to have.
There was one other point that wasn't yours.
One other point because my coach said, "Don't do that. You know, shoot the basket, make it." So
anyway, now we're in the first half, and you're up to what, 101.
101 first half.
And then what happens?
South Torrance decides that they don't want to play anymore. They said that they only have 4 players. I didn't recall, or I never knew that they had 4 players on the last 30 seconds of the second half. One girl said that I hit her. It was an accident. I guess I was shooting. She was trying to block my shot, and I think I hit her in her nose or something, and she bust my lip.
So they said they were down to 4 players at the end of the first half. What did you think at the moment? What did you? I know you were that close, and the record certainly was in your grasp.
Well, I wasn't really upset. After finding that they weren't going to play anymore, I looked at the clock and it was 102 points, and I said, "Oh, what is her record again?" And it's 105, and I thought, "Oh, I didn't break it, right?" So I go over to South Torrance coach and I say, "Well, do you think it's okay if you can put your team back on so that I can at least break the record, and then you can leave?" You know, I was asking. And he said, "Well, Lisa, you're a good player, and you're great, and I'll cheer for you in college, but no, I won't do it."
Now, from his point of view, I mean, I guess he was concerned about the physical and psychological effects on his team of that. What do you think now that a few days have passed? And we should point out that the coach, as I understand it, the coach was suspended initially, but that suspension has been withdrawn now?
Yes.
Yeah. So how do you feel now on reflection?
Well, I can understand their point of view also. I think I've been in that situation where we played against a team, and this one girl, she scored like 45 points in, well, it was 2 quarters. And that just made me feel like I wanted to do more. We have to stop this girl. So I can't understand a quitter's point of view as to say that I think I would have quit because I wouldn't. But
plus the score, we should point out, they had 24 points at the time, so a comeback was not impossible in the second half.
Right.
Ask Buster. Well, now I assume you're being highly recruited by the colleges. Have you narrowed it down to schools?
Yes, I have. My final choices are USC, Notre Dame, and Long Beach State.
Now, I don't know much about Long Beach State. We know the other schools because they're bigger national names, I guess.
Well, Long Beach State they have a pretty good women's basketball program there.
Yeah. What would you like to do with here? Obviously, there are no female professional basketball players.
Well, I'm not all into basketball like I have to do it for the rest of my life because I don't. I like to learn and go to school and figure out what I would like to do. So I'm pretty much looking towards the medicine field right now.
Right. Yeah. Now, may I ask how your height is?
6'5".
Does this mean most of the men you're out with are somewhat shorter than that?
No, never.
Never? So how do you find tall? As basketball players primarily?
Yes.
Yeah?
Basically.
Yeah. So what is your cutoff limit for a man? What would be the shortest man you would date?
A person who's my height, 6'5", is the shortest man I would date.
Under 6'5", they're just out of the running, huh?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Well, listen, you've been under a lot of scrutiny in the last week or so. I think you've handled it beautifully, and lots of luck in your college career. And it was awfully nice having you here. Thank you, Lisa Leslie. Thank you.